So for this project, we need to create 10 tables using SQL create table statements. We have to insert at least 10 tuples to each of the tables, execute 10 delete statements, and execute 10 update statements, and explain what we are trying to do. So if we go back to our programming's website, so let's imagine that we are trying to create a hotel management system. So the essential part of any hotel should be the rooms. So let's create a table called rooms. So create table rooms. So it should be like the room ID, which should be the primary key primary key. Then it should have the room number. Let's add it to the variable character varchar to the size of 10. Then we can add the room type, which should also be varchar with 50 size. Then we can add like the price per night, which should be decimal with the 2 to the power floating point, and lastly it should have is available, which should be type of boolean. Now let's try to create this table and let's see if it works. So yes, so I have created the table with the fields you can see on the left. So similarly I'll create the other tables, for example like the guests, the reservations, the employees, etc. So I'm just going to paste some tables that I have created before. So let's just copy the guest table. Okay, so here I'm gonna paste the guest table, which will have the guest ID as the primary key, first name, last name, email, phone, and the address. So I'm gonna run this SQL code. So here is the guest table, and just I'm gonna copy all of the tables that I have created. For example, the reservations, the employees, services, service bookings, payment, room maintenance, feedback, etc., etc. So I'm going to explain what will be the components of each table, and I'm going to clarify what each variable will do. So let's just paste all of them right here. So I'm gonna just copy the reservations. See. Okay. So the reservations will have a reservation ID, which will identify particular reservations, guest ID as the foreign key, the room ID as also the foreign key, the check-in and check-out date, and the total amount of bills. So we are using the guest ID and room ID from the primary keys that of the two tables that we created before. So these are the main components of the reservation tables, and for the employees of the hotel we can add these fields, which are the employee ID, first name, last name, position, salary, and the hiring date, which are, I guess, self-explanatory. And then I'll have the services. The services will have the service ID, service name, and price. Services may include like room service or some kind of, for example, food delivery, something like that. And service bookings. So I'm gonna add the service bookings in here, which will have the serving booking ID. and the reservation ID, the service ID, the booking date, the quantity, etc. And I'm gonna also add the payments like the payment ID, the reservation ID, payment date, how much was paid, how the guest paid the amount, like did he use a card or did he use cash, etc. And we also need to add some kind of like a room service or a record of the room maintenance. So I'm gonna add the room maintenance table here. uh, why are we adding the room maintenance? Because we need to keep track of all of the costings that occurs in a hotel. So I guess room maintenance will be a significant amount that we are going to spend. And also one of the most important thing is the feedback. So feedback is crucial for the development of the hotels as well as the customer satisfaction. And if we try to run some kind of promotions, so we can also use that in here. So if I run the at the promotions table, which will have the promotion ID, promotion name, how much we are going to discount, the starting date and the ending date. So basically this will be all of the fields that we are going to add at our hotel management system. So if I run the SQL tab codes now, this should add all of these tables in here. So there are like the employees tables, number one, number two is the feedback, number three is the guest, number four is the payments, number five is the promotions, number six is the reservations, number seven is the room maintenance, number eight rooms, number nine is the service bookings, and number 10 is the services. As they are sorted alphabetically, so this might not make sense, like this table is number one, this is number two, so we are going to ignore that. We just needed 10 tables, so here we have the 10 tables. So right now I have to add some data to like all of these tables, at least I guess 10 data. So I'm going to write them in here, then I'll explain what are the data that I have added, and what are their relations among themselves, as we have some foreign keys between those tables. Like for reservations we have guest ID and the room ID. So I think it will be helpful for us if we add the uh, tables that don't have any dependencies. For example, like the employees, the guests, the rooms, the reservations. These have no dependencies among themselves. So I think I will add those tables first. Then I will add the rest. Then I will add the rest of the tables. Okay, now that we have created all the tables, let's just start adding the data. So first of all, I'm gonna remove all of these create table statements. Then I'm going to add some data for the guest tables, which I have already written down in a text file. So I think it is easier to show it in the recording. So here is the data. So let me just explain how what are each of the fields or of the data means. So for this example, if we look at the first data, which which is insert into guest, where the values are 1, then Arif, then Rahman, then an email, then a phone number, and then an address. So the first data indicates the guest ID, which is the primary key. The second data is the first name, the third data is the last name, the fourth one is the email, the fifth one is the phone number, and the uh, last one is the address. As we are adding data to a varchar field, like without the primary key, every one of them is of type varchar, so we have to like enclose them with a single quotation mark. And yeah, that's how we are going to add the data in the guest table. So if I run this query now, here we can see that the table has been updated with all of these data. So if we want to see what if actually it is updated, we can run a single or a simple select statement like select all from guess. So here is all of the data. We can see that it is executed perfectly. After inserting the guest data, we need to insert data for the rooms. So I'm going to add the data for the rooms in here. So okay, then okay. So here are the values. The first one is the primary key. So if we go to the rooms, the first one is the room ID. The second one is the room number. The third one is the room type. The fourth one is the price per night, and the last one is the availability or is available. So these one are in type of integer. This is of time decimal, and this is of type boolean, and the rest of them are varchar. So as we have defined the type of price per night as decimal, we need to like add dot then 00 or dot something if we want to add data in here. So if I run this SQL, okay, so this is successfully executed. So here we can see the rooms have now some data in it. Now also add some data for the reservations. One moment. Okay, so in here, so if we go back to the reservation table, we can see that the first one is the reservation ID, and the second one is the guest ID, and the third one is the room ID. The fourth one is the check-in date. The next one is the checkout date, and the last one is the total amount of bills. So these are of type of date, and the first, second, third. The first one is the primary key. The second and third one are the foreign keys. So we need to make sure that these foreign keys exist. Otherwise, there will be error like these values will not have any reference to point to. For example, if we look into the table of the reservations, for example, the third one is the room ID. So these are the room IDs. So if we put something like 100 or 1000, which is not in the primary key of the rooms, so there will be an error. So let's make sure that we don't put any values like that. Other than that, everything will be okay. Same goes for the guest ID. So if we run it now, so let's go back to the reservations table. Where is it? So yeah, so here is the reservation table. We can see that the guest ID, room ID, check-in and check-out data are all in there. Now let's add the employees. Okay, so let's go. Sorry. Okay, now I have added the employees. Here you can see there are some names, and if we go to the employees table, so the first one is the employee ID, the second one is the first name, the third one is his last name, then the position, then the yearly salary, and the last one is the hiring date. So this is as simple as any other tables. Here we don't have any foreign keys, just the primary key. Running this code, it is also successfully executed. And if we check the employee table, Okay, so here is the employee table. We can see that the data has been added. Next, go to the service tables where we need to add 10 services. So let's go and add it. So for example, I have added some simple services in here. For example, laundry, room service, airport shuttle, Wi-Fi, swimming pool, etc. So let's just add it. Okay, services has been added. Then some bookings for the services. Okay. Okay. So survey, if we look into the table declarations of survey service bookings, we can see the first one is the service booking ID, the second one is the reservation ID, and the third one is the service ID, the fourth one is the booking date, and the fifth one is the quantity. So here we also need to make sure that we don't reference any key in here which is not present in the reservation ID and the service ID, as they are used as foreign keys. So we need to be cautious of what we are going to add. I think I have not added the first two ones, so let's just add it. Okay, so let me just copy this one. C. Okay, so let's just add one, 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 20. Let's make it 3. Then here is like 2, 2, 2, and just make it like 1 is I think good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As we need to add 10 data, so I'm going to just keep it sequential. Okay, so foreign key constant phrase. So it must indicate that I have added some data which is not present in here. So I need to check that where I have failed to maintain this uh, constant. So let's just go back and check again. So servings bookings has the service booking ID, the reservation ID, the service ID, the booking date, and the quantity. Quantity and booking date doesn't matter, so we are going to ignore that. Service booking ID. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All of them are in here. Okay, so service booking. Okay, so there is no data. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here I have found out that we have services starting from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have not actually added like 10 services in here. I have missed first two. So as it happened, so I think for this reason, as I have added 1 and 2 here, so this is causing some like foreign key reference error. So that is what I was saying before, that if we do not add some foreign key, if we add some foreign key that does not exist, so it will throw an error like what we are seeing in here. So if we add like the services with primary key 1 and 2 now, so I think this will be fixed. So let's just add them. Okay, so insert into services values 1. For example, this should be like a dinner buffet. Then the price. So I think this is the price. Yes, the price should be like 20 bucks. and also add the second one, insert into services values to let's just add like let's just add like how many what services can we add. Maybe like cleaning, I guess. Cleaning, this should be like $5. And now if we run this code, let's just see. Okay, so the query is now successfully executed. As we can see that the primary key 1 and 2 has been added and the service booking is also fixed. Okay, so let's just now add the data for the payments table. So if we go back and look at the payments table. Okay, so payments have payment ID, reservation ID, payment date, amount, and payment method. Here we have reservation ID as the foreign key and payment ID as the primary key. So let's just add this data. Okay, so here are the data. I have already explained what each of their fields mean. So now run the SQL. It is also run successfully. Now let's just add data for the room maintenance. Where is the room maintenance? So maintenance has maintenance ID, which is the primary key, room ID, which is the foreign key. Maintenance date is the date, description is just simple description, and the cost. So let's just add them. Okay, so run. Okay, and one of the most important is the feedback. So if we go to the feedback table, here we have the feedback ID as the primary key, the guest ID as foreign key, reservation ID as a foreign key. Feedback date is just a field for date, comments, and the rating. Comments are text, so text means that it does not have any like fixed length as Parker. So like we cannot actually determine the length of the comments. So I thought that it will be better if we add comments as text instead of Parker. So let's just add the comments, or for example, sorry, if the data for the feedback table. Okay, this is also added, and last of all we need to add data for the promotions. So promotion has promotion ID, promotion name, discount percentage, started and ended. So if you want to run promotions for a specific time frame, we can add the start date, we can use the start date and end date, and the percentage will be used for deduction of the from the total cost. So this is the purpose of these fields. Okay, so now run them. Okay, it also ran. So I guess now we have data for all of these tables. So each of the tables needed 10 data, so I have added them. Now we have to perform some delete statements. Okay, so for example, if we want to delete some of the guest, for example, if we go to the guest, if I want to delete Harry Potter from it, we can delete it by many things, like we can delete it by the guest ID, we can delete by first name, we can delete by last name, we can delete by email, etc, etc, etc. But I think it is better for us for now that we delete the guest using the guest ID instead of like first name or last name, because it may happen that multiple users have sorry, multiple guests have the same first name or the same last name. Maybe some of them used same email address, so it can happen. So I think it is safe for us to delete a guest using the guest ID. So I'm just going to do that. So the delete statement will look like delete. Delete from. Oh my bad. The table name, so guests, where the guest ID is number 6. I want to delete Harry. So if I run it, okay, so foreign key constraint failed, which means that there are some data which has 6 as foreign key. So if I delete number 6, uh, what will happen to the reference of this where the 6 has a foreign key? For example, the guest ID will be in here, like for feedback. So number 6 gave a feedback, so here is his primary key as a foreign key. So if I delete it and run a query like I want to see for feedback which the name of the user which gave this feedback. So if I want to backtrack from here, I cannot do that. So there are many delete statements that can easily delete while also deleting all of the foreign key references. But we can use like delete cascade, but for sake of simplicity I can just simple guest in here to make this easier for us to visualize how the delete statement works. And last of all, when I have demonstrated all of these requirements, I can show you the delete what the delete cascade statement does. So let me just insert another user, sorry, another guest. Okay, so I have added like Manik Shinode again. So let's just change it to like just change the name to Brad and change the email to Brad. Let's just keep the last name as Shinoda, it doesn't matter actually. And change the address as 790. Now if I run this, there is a new guest called Brad, and now I'm going to just delete it. So oh, okay, just delete from guest where guest ID is 11. So the SQL query successfully executed. Here we can you can see that the number 11 has been deleted. Okay. Now let's just demonstrate another. So this is number 1. I can just comment that. Now if we go to the rooms, let's just say you want to delete a room which is empty or like which is not available, and this can happen that it will delete all of it, so we don't actually want that. Let's just try like delete from rooms where is available is false. So here we can see that the foreign key constant is also failed because room has some dependencies. So here we can see that reservations has room ID, then for example maintenance has room ID, and also I think another table might have. Okay, so this is how the rooms are assigned. So let me just add another add statement for the rooms, which we can delete it later for showing us how the how we can use the rooms to, like, not just id, another field to remove. So, okay, so let's just add another table, rooms. Okay, so let's just add like room number 11, where room ID is 11 and the room number is 111 single 100 and is available. Let's set it to false. Okay, so let's just run it. So here is an inventory. Now let's just delete it. So I'm just gonna copy it. Maybe I don't need it actually, but I just copy it. And okay, so in here, okay. So let's just delete where the room ID is available is false, and let's as there are main dependencies like where the is available is false. So I think it is better if we just include the ID also, and the room ID is my 11. So let's just run it. Okay, so rooms dot room ID unique constraint failed. So here my there is an error called unique constraint fail. Let's just see what is causing this error. So let's just see that okay, so it is like as I didn't comment it out, so it was trying to edit then trying to delete it again. So this might have caused this error. So right now let's see if it works. Okay, so it worked as SQL query successfully executed. As you can see that the room ID with ID 11 has been deleted. Okay, so let's just see that if reservation has any dependencies. So, so reservation. Okay, employees feedback resource. So here you can see that feedback has a dependency for the reservations, and usually feedback does not have any dependency. So let's just delete it. Not delete the table actually, but delete a specific query from that table. So I'm just gonna comment it out, and also try to delete from feedback where guest id, let's delete it by the guest id. Guest id is for example 10. So as there is only one feedback in here, so let's just add another feedback with the same guest id. So let's just add another insert into the feedback. Okay, so 10, so let's just change it to 11. Then the guest id, reservation id, and let's just change the date with 16. The bed was very comfortable and 5 stars. Okay, so let's just change it to the washroom was very clean. Run it. So here is another another row with the same guest id. So if we try to delete it using the case study, I guess it will delete the both records from this table. So let's just run it. Okay, as you can see that from the feedback table, both of the records which had the guest ID number 10 as a foreign key has been deleted. So okay, so let's just delete another thing. So maybe now if we go to the employees, where is employees? Yes. So let's just delete number 6 from the employee table, or we can just delete it by name. So for example, delete from employees where first name is Shiri. Okay, so as you can see, the first name with Shirin has been deleted. Also, everything associated with that row has been deleted. Okay, so let's just delete another query. Let's just use another delete query for the services. So I think let's just okay. So as services has some dependencies with the service booking, so deleting one service will also cause a confusion unless we use the delete cascade method. Okay, so let's just add a new service. So I'm gonna just edit here. Insert, sorry, insert into services values. So as there are 10, I'm gonna just add 11. Let's add it like spa, and the price should be like 35. Okay, so let's just add it. Okay, so here is the spa, and now let's just delete it using the the service price. So delete from services where service price is $35. Okay, so it has been deleted. So by this way we can delete another records from any tables, but we need to make ensure that there is no dependency of foreign keys, or we could have avoided those dependencies by declaring those keys as foreign key. We could have added the delete cascade keyword, but as we didn't add that keyword, we have to deal with this in this way, like adding a new record then trying to delete it, just to show it how it works. Okay, so let's just find another table which has no dependency. For example, reservation has some dependencies, room has some dependencies, service bookings has dependencies, service booking ID. I think that let's just delete something from the service bookings. Okay, so let's just delete the service booking with the ID 10. So delete from service bookings where service booking ID is 10. Let's just hope that there is no dependency. Okay, so there is no dependency and it has been deleted without any issues. Okay, so we can also delete some records from the payments because it doesn't have any dependency. So let's go to the payment table and let's see which record can we delete. So let's just delete the record with a date. For example, we want to delete all records with the date of 1st of September. So command C and just comment it out. Delete from payments where payment date is 1st of September. So the resulting payment date with the 1st of September has been deleted. As you can see, there were two records. One was number 1, another was with the primary key number 9. They are both have been deleted. So let's just be cautious what you delete, like what are the conditions that you give for the deletions. It may occur that you want to delete one record and accidentally you have deleted others, so you need to ensure that your condition for deletion is correct. And let's just go another non-dependent tables, for example the promotions. So we can just delete the Thanksgiving special. Okay, so delete from promotions where the promotion, let's just use the promotion name is equal to Thanksgiving special. Let me just copy it out so that I don't make any mistakes. Okay, okay, so this has been deleted. So as you can see that you can use anything or any columns in the condition of the deletion, and I'm saying again, let's just be cautious about what you are trying to do. Let me just give another example. Like if we go to the payments so not payments actually, what is the feedback? So here is the feedback. So as you can see that there are some ratings. For example, we want to delete some records which are less than 4. So let's just delete all the feedbacks which has rating less than 4. So let me just comment it out. Okay, so delete from feedback where rating is less than 4. So as you can see that there are two records, this one and this one. These have rating of 3, so hopefully this will be deleted. Okay, as you can see that those records have been deleted. And yeah, I guess that this clearly demonstrates how you can use the delete statement. So let me just count how many have I demonstrated. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So let me just demonstrate another one. So so let me just I have given example of guest, feedback, employees, promotions, reservations, maintenance, rooms, service booking, services. uh okay, let's just, services has like this dependency, so I cannot delete them. For example, if I wanted to delete all the services which has price less than sorry, greater than, maybe just greater than 30, I want to delete them. But as you can see that there are some dependency right here. For example, airport shuttle is number 5, and number 5 is already been claimed like a service. So uh, Okay, so I cannot give you that example unless I alter the table and add the delete cascade method. So yeah. Mm, okay, so let's just delete an user who has salary, not just salary, who has salary like uh, greater than 20,000 and less than 35,000. So delete from employees where salary is greater than 20,000 and salary is less than, sorry, it's not 2,000, it will be 20,000 and less than 35,000. 35,000. So let's see how many users should be deleted. So this one has 30,000, 32, 1, 2, 1 and 2. So I guess two records will be deleted. Let's just see. Okay, so there is no column. Oh, sorry, I have made a mistake in here. My bad. Okay. So as you can see that those two records has been deleted. Okay, so I have demonstrated 10 delete statements with various conditions, and let's just go to demonstrating the update statement. I'm gonna just add some spaces in here so that it's clear. Okay, so if we give an example of update, I guess it will be easier. For example, if I go to the guest table and I want to update one email ID of a user, or maybe just change the number, I can do so. So the statement will be like update, then the table name, which is guest, and I have to set a new phone of the user with the ID 1. So let's just say set phone, then let's just add 111 222 3333, and I have to specifically set where I want to change these phone. For example, I want to change where the guest ID is 1, so I have to add the condition where guest ID is 1. Okay, so as you can see that guest with the ID 1 has phone 123456789 0. So if I run this SQL statement now, it should change to 111 222 3333. Okay, so let's just use another example. For if I go to the rooms, payment, promotions, reservations, rooms, here you can see that there are some rooms that are occupied, which are marked as 1, and some are not occupied, which are marked as 0. So let's just say I want to set uh, room number 1, 2 and 3 as not available, so I want to change this to 0. So what I can do, so let's just use the update statement, update rooms set. So let's set is, sorry, is available to, sorry, false, where room ID, let's just say 1 2 3. equals to 1, and room ID equals to 2, and room ID equals to 3. Let's just set it to false. Let's see what happens. Okay, so here we can see that okay, so is available is set to false. 1 2 3. Okay, so I think let's just set it to true. True. Okay, so there must be some problems. For example, I'm setting. Oh, okay, okay. So I cannot do it exactly like that. I have to like uh, do it one by one, because it is executed as same like a single condition. For example, room ID equals to 1, and room ID equals to 2, and room ID equals to 3. So this should be affect only the row which satisfies these three conditions, which is not possible in our case. So let's just remove 2 and 3, and let's see if it works. Yeah, as you can see, it has turned the is available to false of room ID 1. Okay, so let's just change some dates. So let's go to reservations. Here we have the check-in date and check-out date. So let's just change the check-in date for uh, reservation ID with 2. Okay, so update reservations, set check in date to 2024 09, and it was 3rd of September. So let's set it to 2nd of September, where the reservation ID is 2. Okay, oh, so this is called reservations. Okay, so reservations 2 has been changed to 2nd of September. Okay, so now update some salaries. So let's just guess Eve has got a promotion, so her salary will be now $36,000. So let's just update it. Update employees, set salary to 36,000, where name, let's change it by name. We are only doing ID, so let's just change it by name. As there is no like duplicated names, we can just safely use it, or we can just use like first name and last name. So for demonstration purpose, I will use both names. So let's, where first name is Eve and last name is Brown. Okay, so Eve will now have 36,000 as the salary. Here one thing you should remember, that the keywords of the SQL query is not case sensitive. So I can just change the update to update, and this will also work. So and could be written as and, I can do also like this, and it doesn't matter, actually they are not case sensitive. So let's just comment it out and try another thing. Let's update some prices. For example, if I want to update some service price, let's just set the laundry price to 30. Update services, set service price to 25, where service ID is 3. So it has been changed to 25. Okay, so service price has been changed. I can also change some service bookings, like how many services has been ordered. Let's just say I have made a mistake around here. I have accidentally input 3. Now I have to change it to 1. So let's just change it using the update statement and service booking ID. So update service bookings, set quantity to 1, where service booking ID is 1. So it has been changed to 1. Okay, so another thing that we can change, or for example, do a demonstration of how we can change, use the update statement. I can show how we can change the payments. For example, uh, this payment has been made using debit cards. So I will just change it to from cash to debit card. So update payments, set payment method to debit card, where payment ID is 2. So it has been changed to debit card. Okay, so I can also change like some feedbacks. So let's just go to feedbacks. Where is feedback? So here is a feedback. For example, I want to change some ratings. Change this rating of the last one, or change the comment. I think I will just change the comment, because it's a varchar. Sorry, not varchar, actually it was text. So changing it will be interesting, I guess. My bad. Update feedback, set rating, not rating actually, sorry, comments to enjoy the stay, would recommend, uh, very enjoyable environment, will come back again. Let's just set the conditions where I want to change, where the feedback ID is 9. So let's just check. Very enjoyable environment will come back again. So I have changed it, and also like change some promotions. Where was the promotion? Services, rooms, room maintenance, reservations, promotions. So let's just say I want to change the discount for weekend getaway from 30% to 25%. So let's update it. Update promotion set discount percentage to we can get way to 25%, where let's just use the promotion name to we can get away. Okay, so check. Okay, so oh sorry, it will be promotions. So here you can see that 30 has been changed to 25. And let's check another 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. I have just one more to show you. Okay, let's change some description of the room maintenance. So update room maintenance set description to roof repair and cleaning, where maintenance ID is what was it? Number 9. Okay, so number 9 should change to roof repair and cleaning. So this is how you can use the update, delete, insert statements. So there might be some dependencies, please look out for them. For example, if you use a foreign key, if you want to have a feature where deleting the main key will delete all sorts of dependencies, you can use the delete cascade keyword. And one suggestion would be, if you want to use something like deletions or insertions or update, any sort of update, try to use these kind of IDs for specifying which call or which row you want to update. Because if you like use the room ID or some kind of like maintenance date, it can update the dates which you don't want to update. So please have a look out for them. So this is my submission for the assignment of assignment 1. Thank you all.